Cue the montage. Pearly white teeth. I believe I assume correctly when I say that everyone wants a nice set of pearly white teeth. Now, as a dental student, I obviously believe in oral health. There is so much that goes into our oral health, and I could talk about that aspect of it for days. But let's say that you are making dental students and dentists like me proud. You're brushing twice a day at least. You're flossing every day. You're making sure that you're not having any calculus buildup, and you're taking care of your teeth and gums. Well, that is wonderful, but what's the next step that you can take? The answer is you can actually whiten your teeth. It's been clinically proven over time, and what you can do is remove any intrinsic staining, which is actually going to be staining that is found in the dentin of your teeth. Before I continue to get into the topic of this video, I want to thank Auraglow for making this video possible. I want to thank them for sending me their complete LED whitening kit for me to test, try out, and show you here on YouTube. So thank you, Auraglow. Super pumped about this, and I'm really excited to whiten my teeth over the next 7 days. And with that, what are we talking about today? So this is, once again, the Auraglow Complete LED Whitening Kit. It's going to be including 35% carbamide peroxide, which is an extremely common whitening gel, and it's going to be including a mouthpiece with an LED light to help activate that gel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you this product, unboxing all of the elements of it, and then I'm actually going to be doing a 7-day trial of whitening on my very own teeth, just to show you that this stuff actually works. Firstly, let's get into the science, since I am a dental student and this stuff really interests me. The question that everyone has, is whitening even a real thing? Is that something that you can do? What's basically happening is that in the dentin, we have this formation of particles called chromophores, and those have kind of a nasty pigment. They cause teeth to become a little bit darker, and as we know, that's causing teeth to appear not as white as we would hope. The best way to get rid of these molecules is actually through a peroxide containing gel. And that's where Auraglow is going to enter the picture here. This is a 35% carbamide peroxide gel. Carbamide peroxide is what is used in at-home whitening setups. Basically, the hydrogen peroxide that is going to be derived from this gel is going to get into your dentin, break up those molecules, and whiten your teeth, and that is clinically proven. So let's talk specifically about this kit and why it's different and why you maybe should consider it. The first thing, and I think the most important thing, is the price of this kit. The complete LED whitening kit is only $80. Now, I would like you to compare this with some of the other options out there. Try to find other options that are carbamide peroxide. Anything else is probably not going to work. And just see what those prices are looking like. Most of them are probably going to be $150 to $200. This right here is only $80. And it really includes everything that you need. You get 2 cartridges of whitening gel, and that's going to be plenty. I'll talk about that more in a second. And you're also going to get basically the mouthpiece and the LED light that is included in the mouthpiece. Additionally, you'll have a charger as well as a set of instructions on how to do this entire process. So basically, the first thing, this thing is pretty cheap and it includes absolutely everything you need. The next thing is that this is clinically proven. 35% carbamide peroxide, once again, is clinically proven to whiten the shade of teeth like multiple times. There's multiple shades that we can increase with these whitening products. And if you want to see kind of the actual clinical trials that they went through with this product exactly, Auraglow includes that on their website for this product. One of the biggest problems with whitening setups like this is post-whitening sensitivity. And that's when basically your teeth hurt after periods of whitening. And there are ingredients in these kits that are going to prevent some of this sensitivity. Some patients won't experience any sensitivity, some might experience a little bit. This also kind of depends a little bit on your soft tissue health status. But basically this product is going to be sensitivity free and enamel safe. Really, really important stuff. Without further ado, I want to go ahead and begin day 1 of the whitening process here. We typically are going to recommend 7 days to 2 weeks of whitening, depending on what kind of staining you have and just how intense that staining is. For me, I'm thinking 7 days of the 30 minutes per day that they're recommending here is probably gonna be perfect. First things first, it is recommended that you actually have your teeth professionally cleaned before you do any whitening. Think about it, if we wanna get rid of staining, the best way to do that is to start with a perfectly clean slate. So if you can get to your local dentist and you can sit down with their hygienist and have a nice prophy, that would be ideal. But the next step after that is to actually brush your teeth. Now with your teeth all clean, the rest of this process is super simple. The first thing you're gonna do is grab your mouthpiece and light setup here and just get a good visual of it. Make sure you understand how you turn it on. It's a simple click on the top here on the logo. The other thing we need is the whitening gel, obviously super important here. Now in terms of how we actually apply this, let's think about it here. We only want to apply whitening gel to the facial surfaces of our teeth. Those are going to be the surfaces that face the world when we smile. That's pretty obvious, but you might think you have to put it on the entire tooth, just the facial aspect. And then the only other thing is do not over apply this gel. We really only want a little bit of this gel onto the actual mouthpiece when we go to apply it. You don't want any of this to get on any of your gingiva, on your gums. So try to keep the application of this pretty minimal, just enough to touch the teeth. It'll get through the enamel into the dentin and work its magic. Other than that, it's super simple. I'm actually gonna apply this now and then stick it in, turn on the light, and I will see you all in 7 days. Just like that, 7 days later and 7 shades whiter. This was an awesome week of whitening with the Auraglow Complete Whitening Kit, and I'm super excited to tell you all about the experience and about this product specifically. This is an awesome product. It comes in at a great price point and the results are proven. I noticed whitening in my teeth over these 7 days, and I would recommend this product to anyone who is looking to whiten their teeth with a clinically proven whitening gel in a good packaged system with super high quality materials. It's this right here. Let's get into the first thing that I wanted to talk about, which is the overall packaging and presentation of the product. Auraglow has blown me away with their products. I love the branding of their website. I love the overall layout of everything. Everything looks super nice and professional, and it all comes together in the Complete Whitening Kit because you get everything you really need and it just looks and feels great. The quality of this light right here is awesome. It's super easy to turn on and off, and it's overall just built really well, charges up really nicely, and I didn't have any problems with it. The case and the charger actually fit together, and I didn't know about this until a few days in, but you can take this charger and stick it into the case and close the whole thing up. And there's also a little hole on the front of this case which allows the cable to come out so you can charge the LED light while it's in the case. I will say that this little circle here doesn't quite fit perfectly inside the case. It kind of pops out. So maybe that's something that Auraglow can consider just as far as the ergonomics are considered here. But yeah, the presentation and the overall quality of these products is awesome. And as I've said multiple times, the gel, the whitening gel, the whole thing, the whole point of all of this really does work, and that's the most important part. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about is results, and this might be sort of a subjective thing. The whiteness of your teeth kind of depends on the lighting that you're in and just your own subjective thoughts. I did notice lightening of my teeth over these last 7 days. Certainly in like natural lights, that's when I noticed it the most, but in sort of sunlight conditions, my teeth were looking very bright and still are, of course. And that's really the most important thing. That's the whole objective here with this process, is to whiten your teeth. it's no secret, but it actually works. Carbamide peroxide, as I've talked about, is clinically proven. So I wasn't really surprised when I noticed whitening in my teeth, especially in basically canine's back, that area. In terms of sensitivity, I didn't experience really a whole lot of this at all. And this has a little bit to do with what I'll talk about in a second. But as Auraglow says, this is going to be relatively sensitivity free, and I found that to be true. As for the length of the whitening period, I did 7 days, as you could see in the video here. I might continue to wear some of the gel for a few days just to get a little bit of extra whitening, and that's just a personal preference. You can go between 7 and 14 days. I wouldn't really push it if you're someone who already has kind of a light shade of teeth like I do. And I did want to say that one way I knew for a fact that this whitening gel actually worked is that I have crowns on my lateral incisors. So 2 of my front teeth are actually fake. And that means that they're not gonna change color with the introduction of a whitening gel. And the interesting thing was that kind of gave me a benchmark to compare in the mirror against my other teeth. And I noticed that after this week of whitening with Auraglow, the crowns looked a little bit slightly more yellow and a little darker than the rest of the teeth around them, especially my central incisors. So that was just sort of a one little test that I did personally to notice the results. And I wasn't really able to get objective color shots to show the difference in my smile. In order to do that, you have to have perfect lighting so that the basically the setup of each shot is perfect. And I wasn't really able to do that here in my apartment, so I figured I would just kind of give you the anecdotal. It worked. Now, the last major thing that I wanted to talk about in this section of the video is things that I would consider changing or improving on if I were Auraglow. And the first and really the only major thing was the actual delivery of the gel to the teeth with this particular kit. The most important aspect of this process is delivering the hydrogen peroxide to the surface and the structure of the tooth. And the best way to do that isn't necessarily going to be this mouthpiece, because it isn't fit to your teeth specifically. So what I mean by this is you really want the gel to touch all of your teeth specifically and not get kind of washed around. One thing I noticed with this kit is that while I had the mouthpiece in, I did produce a lot of saliva in the 30-minute periods that I was using it, and that saliva kind of mixes in with the gel and it kind of dilutes it a little bit, so I wasn't sure if I got the maximum amount of peroxide into my teeth. The way to combat this is to use what's called a custom whitening tray. Now, this is one that I made for myself here in dental school. If you want to have a custom tray made, there's a couple things you can do. First, you could go to a dentist and have them make one, but this is going to be both time consuming and probably pretty expensive. So that's one option, but the other thing that you can do is you can get Auraglow's custom whitening kit, and this is essentially going to allow you to create your own custom whitening tray. And what this does is you load the gel into this and it keeps the gel on your teeth perfectly. So there is no dilution with saliva, and you're really making sure that peroxide is getting directly into your teeth and having an effect. And for the record, I did use this loaded with the gel on the last day of my whitening here today, but I still used the light and just sort of went with the trays and then bit down on the light just to activate it a little bit more with the LED technology of this guy right here. So that would be how I would recommend whitening with the Auraglow system, but Auraglow has absolutely everything you need. And compared to other systems that I've used in the past, it really was noticeably better in terms of sensitivity control. I didn't really have any burning of the soft tissue. On the last day when I used my custom whitening tray, I had a little bit. And so if you're going to use something like this, make sure you do not get any of the gel on your soft tissue. It's not meant to be there. It's meant to be on the hard tissue of your teeth. So that's something to note about these. But generally speaking, I didn't really have a lot of post-whitening sensitivity, which is really, really good. Okay, friends, that is all that I have to say about this, other than the fact that if you wanna buy this product, if you feel inclined to whiten your teeth with Auraglow, use code STEVEN15 for 15% off your order. And that's not just this complete LED whitening kit, that's anything on the Auraglow website. The link is going to be in the description of this video if you wanna pick up this kit exactly and whiten your teeth like I did. Once again, the code is STEVEN15 at checkout to get you a little bit of a discount. Thank you so much again to Auraglow for sending me this product and allowing me to put together this video, whiten my teeth up. I will say there's something really awesome about having a little bit whiter teeth because you feel more inclined to smile. It's one of the reasons why I went into dentistry. I really wanted to be able to give people nice, bright smiles, and it's awesome that Auraglow is doing that with their products here. So thank you again to Auraglow for all of this. You guys are awesome, and I truly appreciate it. And for the rest of you who want to whiten up your smiles, remember, Steven15, link is in the description, and they'll get you covered. My friends, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like it, make sure that you like the video, subscribe, and let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. If you pick up the products, definitely let me know. I'd love to hear about it. But I'm gonna wrap things up for today right here. And my friends, I appreciate all of you so much for watching. Thank you for allowing me to make all of this possible. As I always say at the end of my videos, I will see you in the next one.